Welcome back to the Football Terrace. Hit the like, the share buttons, subscribe, and make sure the bell notification is turned on because YouTube doesn't tell you when we go live too often. You need to have push notifications turned on because the algorithm is not your friend. And there's nearly 320,000 of you. We want to make sure you all get content when it is uploaded. City won last night. Now, the treble is on, according to the media, according to some of their fans as well. Arsenal being doubted, United being doubted. We're going to delve into that. I've also been roasted on the internet as well. We're going to touch on all of that on this morning's show. Let's jump straight into it here with Jason Cundy.
Manchester United should be worried about the treble.
Yes, we should. He's bang on. Man United should be worried about the treble. Been saying this for weeks. It's weird how far behind Man United fans have been and how far behind this conversation the media has been.
They should be very worried about the treble because look, I've been saying for ages now, I've not seen City, I've not seen this City side good enough to win the title. I've gone back 3 weeks ago, right? 4 weeks ago, I think that was an argument. Now, I'm not sure that's true.
This current form City are in, if they were playing like it isn't just the wins and the points, it's the performances. These performances, and I've been cooked all year by rivals. I've been cooked all year by City fans. How can you doubt City? How can you doubt City? I judge what I see in front of me. The form they have kicked into now, if they've been playing like this for the majority of the season, I wouldn't have said Arsenal could win the league. This City team right now is scintillating.
I'm actually starting to think that now City are coming good at the right time.
Yeah.
And they look fresh.
I know.
They look fresh. That's not a team.
When you're playing football like that, you don't get tired, do you?
I know, but this is in the middle. So Bayern Munich looked off the pace by some distance, all over the pitch, right?
Yeah.
They had a month off, by the way. They didn't come back until mid-January. City were back playing in a League Cup game just before Christmas.
Yeah.
So this has been. I mean, I don't know where you go from here.
And listen, I understand where he's coming from. This City team looked brilliant. They brushed Bayern Munich aside last night. In the end, I felt the first half was very even between the two teams. But the second half, there was a very good early spell from Bayern Munich and City run away from it. Let's continue this treble conversation.
We came on air. Apart from Arsenal, and you would expect them to beat Arsenal at home because they're so impatient.
Let's go back to the beginning. I think we missed a little bit at the start here. So let's go back.
Crook, can they win the treble?
I think they can. We were looking at their run-in before we came on air. Apart from Arsenal, and you would expect them to beat Arsenal at home because they're so imperious at their own ground, their running in the Premier League is favourable. I think they could easily win every game in that competition between now and the end of the season.
And that's now what's being discussed. City will win every game in every competition for the rest of the season. I want to go back also and say I don't think Arsenal should be getting doubted here. Arsenal can get a point. Arsenal can beat them at the Etihad. In my opinion, if Arsenal were in the Champions League this year, they would be one of the favourites. Because barring the game against Liverpool, and listen, this City team this season lost the way at Anfield. They've been in imperious form as well. Someone actually sent me this statistic last night. I get sent a lot of DMs and a lot of things. I want to try and make sure I find it here because I might have lost it. But it basically broke down the last 5 games of which these two teams have played. It's about even in the league. But it's City that are being praised far more than Arsenal. And I do believe this goes back to everybody's desperation for Arsenal not to win. But as these videos have said at the start, I'm a Man United fan. I'm more concerned about the treble because that's my club's biggest piece of history that could potentially be matched.
They will beat Sheffield United.
Brighton away is a tough one.
In the FA Cup semi-final. Brighton away could be a tough one.
Yeah, it could be.
But it depends when it falls because it's still to be rescheduled. If Brighton have got an FA Cup final to look forward to themselves, that could come into play. But I take what you're saying there. They'll beat Sheffield United in the FA Cup, so they're going to be in the FA Cup final. It could be an all-Manchester affair, although I definitely wouldn't write Brighton off, but you make Man City favourites whoever they face. And I think they have to be the favourites for the Champions League. We're going to talk about Real Madrid-Chelsea later. I expect Real Madrid to beat Chelsea, but I don't think they're a side that will hold any fear for Manchester City. You've got Napoli maybe who are going to come through on the other half of the draw. But again, I would expect City to have too much for them.
And you would expect City to be the favourites. The thing is, though, trebles are so difficult. I lived through one. I remember it vividly, how hard that is. how difficult it is to maintain that level of concentration and composure 2 games per week for such a long period of time. If City do it, what an achievement. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not writing Arsenal off. Man United can beat them in the FA Cup. And when you've still got Real Madrid and this brilliant Napoli side in the Champions League, there's a chance. But what do you think is going to happen? That's all I really care about. Up next, let's take a little listen here. I mean, I already know what's been said here. Let's have a little reaction to expressions in KG cooking me, roasting me on Tinternet.
Oh. Yeah.
And deep down, Terry, hostage video. All you need to do, your next upload,
I got a question for you,
you're going to
Terry,
wait, hold
yeah?
on, I need to do. The next video you need to do, blink 6 times, I'll help you.
I love KG, by the way. Come in for me there.
We'll pull up. If he blinks 6 times in your next video, your next upload, because you're going to have this one, yeah? I promise you, we'll pull up. And we understand it's by duress. You don't...
What they're essentially saying is that Jess is making me praise Arsenal this season.
You don't have a choice.
If the missus bought you Arsenal pajamas, Terry, would you wear them?
Absolutely.
Bruv, you would wear an Arsenal onesie to be able to lay in bed with my missus. That's all I'm going to say to you there, my G. However, I'm getting cooked here. I'm getting cooked.
That's all I'm asking, innit? Man like Terry, fan.
I'm getting cooked here. But we all know what this is. This is 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather settings. Do you know what I mean? They're like F Arsenal, FAF TV, F Terry. And I'm sitting there thinking, why F me? Do you know what I mean? It's Arsenal who like bowled into your manor and took over North London. And it's you two that have to get a paycheck from Don Robbie who banters you every day. What's it got to do with me? I didn't do anything.
The computer say, Floyd said, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what did he say fuck me for? Nelly fucked your first baby mama, Melissa, then took your fucking fiance. Say fuck that.
It's true. Listen, Jude Bellingham was meant to be going to Liverpool. Liverpool fans were gassed it was going to happen. I got a message here from Grizz Khan. Let me find you this message. He literally sends me all the time. He sent me, hey Jude, with like a little salute saying it was done. Dom Hassam saying it was happening. Man like Craig from Anfield Agenda says, I told you. And then what happens? They pull out. Liverpool call their interest. And let me just tell you this now for free, because YouTube is free. Liverpool only pull away because they have been told no. What the story is going to grow into is that Man City and Real Madrid and potentially Man United have elevated the price above and beyond what they could afford. This is PR from FSG. The journalists are not lying. They are just telling you what the club has told them. Facts. That's all they're doing. Liverpool have rung them up or emailed them, text them, whatever, and said, yeah, we're walking away. The price has been driven up too high. It's disgraceful. And this is exactly what I told you they would do 4 weeks ago on the Top 6 show. By the way, download the latest episode now on Spotify. Link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen now. It's a banger. Most amount of downloads ever. 9,000 global downloads. Doesn't sound a lot to you, but literally we were doing like 30 downloads 2 months ago. So for me, that's amazing. So thank you. I told you they were going to do this. They would put on the, it's becoming an extortionate price. I'm surprised they haven't mentioned famine around the world, energy crises, and how they just simply can't afford to do it. They were willing to part with 100 million, but 120 million, oh my God, that is unethical, is the way they're going to spin this. The simple fundamental facts of the matter are Liverpool can't afford Jude Bellingham. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm wrong. FSG won't spend the money to buy Jude Bellingham. They can afford it, but they won't spend the money. But they will spin it they're broke. They will spin it that they're underdogs. They will spin it that they can't afford to spend like other football clubs. The simple fact is FSG are not willing to invest that much money in a star player and buy the other elements that you need around him. That's the long and the short of it. So cooling your interest makes it sound like Liverpool are taking a moral stance or actually there's better targets elsewhere. He's been your long-term target. You knew how much he was going to cost. You knew you weren't going to have a free run at this guy and other clubs were going to come in. To pretend like they didn't see that as a possibility is a madness. And I feel for Liverpool fans because they're consistently lied to by their football club. And big shout out to Tom Little. Big shout out to Kurdish. Big shout out to Dom Hassam. Liverpool fans who consistently push back and slam their board, slam their football club for lying to them and underappreciating them as fans and not delivering to the standard needed to be at the elite level anymore. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. So this pulling out and calling down nonsense is crazy. You simply got rejected because you weren't willing to pay the required money needed. That is just pure and simple facts.
Damn! Meeting said that Beckham was better than Salah, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Oh, we're doing this again. I'm going to cool down and I'm going to let this come out. Hang on.
What I actually said was
he's better than Salah.
But no, what I actually said was different positions. Salah's a forward.
Well, no, they both play right wing.
Well, no, see, this can't happen. Mo Salah, they call it right wing. He's an inside forward. The Mo Salahs and the Manes and the Grealishes and the Rashfords, the Antonys, the Sakas, they don't play the same position that Robert Pires, David Beckham, Ryan Giggs, these wingers, they were left and right midfielders that dominated the wings, went down the wings and crossed balls into the box. That was their job. The players that are more comparable these days to the old-fashioned left and right midfielders are your marauding fullbacks like your Trent Alexander-Arnolds, your Reece Jameses. To a degree, your KDBs. He spends far much more time out near the wings, crossing balls into the box, than your inside forwards do. These things are non-debates. They're different positions. I've been saying for a long time on the terrace now, we've got to stop doing this like-for-like comparisons with eras, because 4-4-2s and systems with out-and-out left and right midfielders, who you could also call wingers, they're so different from today's inside forwards and wingers. The positions are completely different. To compare them is nonsensical. It's like comparing a sweeper keeper goalkeeper today with a defender of 30 years ago. You would never do it. So why are we doing it in this instance?
They don't. Salah plays right of a front three. Bex plays in the middle of a four. Sorry, on the right of a four.
No, but either way, they're wide men. They supply the bullets. You take in David Beckham.
David Beckham as a supplier of the ball into the box is superior to pretty much any right inside forward in the world. But they're all better than him at attacking and dribbling and scoring goals because they're inside forwards. This shouldn't even be a debate. I'm seeing it trending today. I'm here to shut it down because it's not just about protecting Beckham. It's about protecting all the left and right midfielders of that era. Because like Robert Pires was a Don, world-class winger. He was. He absolutely was. He absolutely was. But he wouldn't, numbers-wise, he can't compete with Sadio Mane. He won't compete in Arsenal history with Saka or Martinelli because they're forwards. This is absolutely mad. But listen, leave us your comments below. Subscribe to the Football Terrace. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon. Peace.